Welcome to your Forecourt Eye tablet. On the home screen, you'll notice we have several icons. Forecourt Eye Pay Now should only be used if a customer returns to pay an outstanding charge. Forecourt Eye is where you submit an incident. Let's take a look at how we submit an incident via the Forecourt Eye app. First, log in. Each site has a unique username and password, so enter these details here. Once logged in, you'll see your service station name at the top of the screen. In the middle of the screen, there are two large buttons. This is where you submit an incident. On the left is the No Means of Payment button, and on the right, the Drive Off button. Below, you'll see the last incident's unique reference number. If you forget to make a note of it, this is where you'll find it. Please remember that No Means of Payment incidents should be submitted in real time. For drive-off incidents, we recommend submitting incidents within 7 days, as this increases the chance of recovery. We're going to go through the process of submitting a No Means of Payment incident. This information must be entered by you or a member of your team. You'll need to speak with the driver for the answers to these questions. Remember, it's important that you never hand the tablet over to the driver. It's your responsibility to complete the information yourself. Please explain to the driver, as they have no means of payment, you won't be treating this as theft, but as a civil matter. This will require completing the process and providing accurate information that you submit to Forecourt Eye, who will administer the collection of monies owed on your behalf. It's important for the customer to comply with the process to avoid this being reported to the police as a crime. First, enter the driver's name. Then add the house number and postcode. It doesn't have to be in capitals. Please note that a successful search requires both the postcode and the building number to be entered. Once done, you can tap the Search Postcode button. Over to the right, tap the black drop-down arrow to reveal buildings in this postcode. All properties matching our search are listed here. If there are multiple properties listed, select the correct address from the list, and these details populate the form. Next, input the customer's mobile number. Ensure the number of digits is accurate. Once the incident is submitted, a payment link will be sent to the customer. Add the customer's email address. You may doubt the details that the customer is giving you are correct. It's always good to clarify with the customer if unsure. However, we recommend avoiding any confrontation, especially if the customer seems uncooperative. In such cases, continue with the submission process. Hit Next at the bottom of the form. Next, enter the vehicle details. First, enter the vehicle registration. You could look out of the window to check or ask the customer for the data. After adding the vehicle registration, hit Search. This performs a search of the DVLA database. On the right here, I've had the message, No Match Found. There are a few reasons why this may occur. The first is that the registration plates are fake. Alternatively, the registration may have recently been updated, or it's a new car. The final reason could simply be user error. Either the customer has made a mistake, or you've added the details incorrectly. Ask the customer for their details again and re-enter them. As you can see here, this time the details are correct, and the vehicle has been found. Check that the description matches the car you can see on the forecourt. Hit Yes, and the form will be populated with the results. However, if the details don't match, or you receive the No Match Found message again, you will have to manually add the make, model, and color of the vehicle. Please remind the driver again, as they have no means of payment, it's important for the customer to provide accurate information to avoid this being reported to the police as a crime. There's a drop-down list for vehicle type. Select either a car or van, HGV or motorcycle. It's important to do this because the administration fees vary depending on the vehicle selected. Next, the current date and time are pre-populated, but you will need to add the pump number, the amount of fuel, the type of fuel, and finally add in the cost of the transaction, including decimal points where necessary to make sure the numbers are entered correctly. Next, In this next section, you are going to use the tablet to take some digital photos that can be used as supporting evidence. Complete all of the steps on this page. Make sure not to include other people or vehicle registration plates in the photos. If you do, you'll need to send new photos and it will prolong the process. Also, never take pictures of bank cards. This is to ensure that the information gathered is GDPR compliant. For a clear photo, hold the tablet steady and zoom in on your subject. If you're moving around, the picture will be blurry, making it unusable. This can cause delays in recovery, so remember to keep your hands steady. Take a photo of the driver, the vehicle showing the registration plate, and the fuel receipt. Please ensure that the characters on the plates and the details on the receipt are clearly visible in the photos. If they aren't, we won't be able to accept the incident. Finally, take a photo of the customer's ID, such as a driving license or business card. Incidents with ID photos have a 27% higher likelihood of getting paid. If they really don't have any suitable ID with them, ask them if they have any ID on their phone and take a photo of this. Move to the next step if you are unable to get any ID. This part captures your impression of the customer. Combined with the other details captured in this process, it has been developed by the police to create a witness statement. Note, the answers required on this page are your best guess. Do not ask the customer. It's your decision what is said in this section. The customer's gender, their ethnicity, their approximate age. Remember, this is your opinion. There's no right or wrong answer. Their height and their build type. Once completed, hit Next. This final screen is for any additional comments. If you think the information the customer has given you is untrue, please make sure you mention it here. Also, add any other useful information, like the customer purchased a bottle of Coke, or the customer was there with their family. We do get customers who deny being present at an incident, despite having photographic evidence to the contrary. So any additional information here might jog the customer's memory and help us to collect the debt. That's all of the information captured. Hit the button to submit the details to Forecourt Eye. You'll see a unique reference number for the incident. Remember to provide the driver with the appropriate receipt pad, orange for cars and motorbikes, and black and white for heavy goods vehicles. These pads contain all the necessary terms and conditions information for the driver. Record the reference number you obtained from the tablet after reporting the incident and the fuel amount, and hand the receipt to the driver. Please remind the driver that they cannot come back to the site and pay for fuel, and payment must be made to Forecourt Eye. You should inform the driver that the admin fee starts at £6 for 4 days and then goes up to £60, so they should pay promptly. That's it for no means of payment. Now we'll look at what to do if you have a drive-off incident to report. You'll see that we're following the same process. The only difference is the customer has left the site, so you're unable to talk to them. In this situation, you must study the CCTV footage to capture the relevant details. For the vehicle registration, we can see that there are no matches. You'll find that about 8% of all drive-offs have fake plates, so manually add the details you have. Change the date and time to reflect when the incident occurred. All these details are the same as before. At this point, take photographs from your CCTV footage. Capture the images for the driver, the vehicle, and the fuel receipt. Please ensure that the characters on the plates and the details on the receipt are clearly visible in the photos. If they aren't, we won't be able to accept the incident. The most common drive-off scenario is when customers pay for cigarettes, lotto, and snacks, etc., but they did not declare and pay for their fuel. As the fourth image, you can use a photo of the paid goods receipt. Look at the driver on your CCTV and fill in this information as best you can: gender, ethnicity, age, height, and build type. Did the driver enter the premises? That's a simple yes or no. And finally, any additional information that would help us to recover the cost of the fuel. Once submitted, you'll see a reference number. Obviously, you will be unable to give this reference number to the driver because they've left, but it's the unique number that's linked to the incident. And that's it. Contact Forecourt Eye if you have any questions about the process of submitting details of an incident. Thank you.